And the starter for Toronto, Kevin Gossman. Chris, how about a scouting report?
Boog, this guy usually turns in a very good outing. His teammates really enjoy when he's on the mound. Everyone seems to be loose, which can help the offense be a bit more dangerous. So if you look at the opposing lineup, they're hoping he doesn't just settle in. They want to make this an uncomfortable start from the beginning.
All right, first pitch coming up. Taylor Ward now at the plate. And we're off and rolling in Toronto.
Man, first pitch of the day, and the zone's already tight.
Hey!
Gausman, multi-time All-Star, 35 years old, a former first-round pick back in 2012. Next offering is fouled back.
That's ball
Just
two.
missed. And it remains 2-2. Crushed left center field. This one's deep. Forget it. The first batter of the game leaves the yard, and the Orioles jump out in front. It's 1-0.
You can't ask for a better start than hitting a home run in your first at bat to give your team the lead. Well, we see this so much more today. Lineups with pop in the leadoff spot, and it really puts the pitcher in a tough spot out there where he has to execute right away. You can't just get over a couple of strikes to settle in, get comfortable, because at the plate, that guy's looking to do exactly what he just did. Start the game off with a huge bang.
Gunnar Henderson now in the box, comes up empty with a swing there. Sliced hard, but fouled down the left side.
The real threats are coming up. Already given up a home run in this inning. It's going to really have to bear down.
The shortstop takes the ball.
0-2 fastball way out of the zone. I think he's trying to speed him up. Got to stay back. Off speed's probably coming.
That one ripped right center field, and that should be extra bases. Around first, heading for two. And he starts his afternoon off right with a double.
Just so sound in his mechanics. Hits against a firm front side, and the hands just continue to carry through the middle of the field.
Here's Pete Alonso. He has, as they like to say,
let me guess, Boog, light tower power.
That's right. That one finds the zone. It's 0-1.
Part of the order coming through now, and with one home run already in this inning, they're definitely looking to do some more damage.
Man at second.
Ball in.
Ball to strike. The pitch. This one driven deep center field, on its way. Home run. Pete Alonso with a rocket. It's their second home run of the inning, and they add to the lead. It's 3-0.
Power versus power right there, like two locomotives colliding. Who's going to win? Well, a really good job there by the hitter, getting the top hand working. Powers that fastball out of here.
Here's Adley Rutschman. And ball one. Pitch misses. Ball two. Catcher challenge. Will take another look. And it's a called strike after the review. So they've still got both their challenges. The 1-1. Just missed.
He's just missing with some pitches that, I mean, they're not strikes, and that's what you think, oh, good pitch is a strike. But so many times pitchers are trying to tease the zone, and the last two pitches that he's thrown, good pitches, but even better takes.
Fouled off left side. And a payoff pitch. Three-two. Swings and misses. And that's the first out. Nice recovery after giving up the homer. All right, let's take a look at the Orioles lineup now. And here is Dylan Beavers. Close, but called a ball. Ball one. And
nope,
another
that's
ball.
off the plate. Ball two.
Fought off foul. First inning and already up to 23 pitches. On the ground to the left. Not in time.
No, he's safe.
Great effort, but it's an infield hit.
Well, that's one of those where you just have to tip your cap because he couldn't have played that one any better. Stood no chance with the speed running down the line.
One down. And into the box for Baltimore, Colton Cowser. At 96, that pitch is in for a strike.
Ball one.
Beavers stands at first with one out.
They've got him working a little harder in this first frame than he anticipated.
The 2-1. Now
Ball
one
three.
missed. And ball
Nope,
four,
that's
two
ball
aboard.
four.
Batting seventh, the designated hitter, Ryan Mountcastle.
First and second, one out. Here's Ryan Mountcastle. Misses
Ball one.
again, 5 in a row. Two on, one out. This one in the air right field. Can't reach it. This should score at least one.
That pretty much split the zone down the middle, and those are the ones where you got to make them pay. Now the base is loaded. Big opportunity for them to break this game open.
Blaze Alexander, the next to hit for the Orioles.
Off the plate, ball one.
The 1-0.
pressure's on right here. 2-0 count, bases loaded. You don't want to fall to a 3-ball count and then walk in a run. He's got to challenge the hitter right here.
Still only one out here in the inning. And a foul ball. Base hit, one run is in. Runner at third puts on the brakes. Bases still loaded and still only one away.
Comes through with the RBI. I know that was a ground ball, but it was absolutely hammered through the infield. That's not one you're excited to get in front of if you're an infielder. You know they used to say, charge it. Crazy.
At the plate, Kobe Mayo. This ball's chopped on the ground. Clement tags the runner. What a double play that was. Inning over. But 2 round trippers in this inning. The long ball was working. It's now a 4-0 ball game. It's an AL East matchup here on MLB The Show. We go to the bottom of the first. And pitching in this game, Trevor Rogers. What do you got on him, Chris?
With the height, the release point creates a lot of tilt on his pitches. So coming into the zone, really hard for the hitters to get on plane. Makes it very difficult for the hitters to guess.
And the batter is George Springer.
Leading off the ball game here this afternoon, designated hitter, number 4, George Springer.
Foul ball.
This is a very important inning here. After scoring all those runs, you want your pitcher to come out and just mow them down. The offense has worked hard. It's shut down inning time.
That one
Inside
almost
ball.
got him. The wind, the kick, and the 1-2. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. And that skips in the dirt. In the air, left field. Ward under this one. And there's one down. Let's take a look at the lineup for the Blue Jays. This is a veteran-led lineup right here. A lot of players with plenty of experience, Chris.
Yeah, Boog. They understand various situations and think ahead of the opponent. Teams like this know how to get down to business and focus on the task at hand.
So digging in, Addison Barger.
Ball 1.
Swing and a miss. Ugly swing right there.
This guy's sink has so much drop at it. It's almost like a split finger fastball. Instead of just weak contact and balls on the ground, he gets swings and misses.
Fastball for a strike. Fights that one away. Still 1-2. Fights it off. He'll see another. The 1-2. Spoils the 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. The 1-2. And that one is inside.
Still just the second batter of the inning, and on the mound, he's already thrown 13 pitches. They got him working hard out there.
Inside,
That's
just
inside.
missed.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Struck him out swinging. He battled for a long time, but it finishes with a strikeout. You can't be mad at yourself after an at-bat like that one. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. now.
Ball, that's out.
Two down, nobody on. And that one fouled off.
Great swing and solid contact. Just a little too quick. He's got to stay back a little longer.
Here's a 1-1. He swings and fouls one off. Got him swinging. Down in order go the Blue Jays. They trail it here 4-0. Top of the second. Here's the Orioles leadoff hitter, Taylor Ward. That misses the zone, and it's 1-0. Swings through that one out in front that time. Here's a 1-1. That one way inside.
Straighten him up a little bit.
The 2-1. Swing and a miss, and that's strike two. Got him. One out in the second.
Well executed pitch on the outside part of the plate.
The Orioles, shortstop Gunnar Henderson.
Gunnar Henderson, the next to hit. A double and a run scored his first time up. Have to say, he's one of the most impressive young players I've seen in recent years.
Well, no question about it. His future is very bright. The city, the organization, both are excited about him. He has a lot to look forward to.
Ground ball to the right side. And foul ball. When you think about it, he may be in the league for the next 10 or 15 years. The 0-2. Just misses the mark outside the zone. Gosman wants to challenge that one. Thought it was a strike, so the call stands. Still one challenge left for them. Strike three, and that's two in a row.
Tasked with 1, 2, and 3 to start this inning, but no trouble so far. I'm sure he'd love to strike out the side here. Make a little statement, but you got to be composed in this spot. Focus on getting this next guy. You got 2 good outs. Want to get the third one and avoid the middle of that lineup coming up with a base runner. Could become dangerous.
Alonso stands in with 2 away as he takes a ball.
I think it's very important to establish the inside part of the plate early. Sets the tone for the rest of the game. 2-0 count to a guy with this much pop at the dish. You better expect him to be turning on something. It's going to either get hit hard to the pull side, or the fans better look out in the stands.
Swing and a miss.
Hey, 2.
Two down, nobody on. And a foul ball, he stays alive. Two now. Battling here as he fouls it away. Next pitch misses. Ball 3.
Wow, this guy's really battling up there as if his run is the game-winning run. I love his tenacity.
Payoff pitch. Got him swinging for the K. And he strikes out the side here in the second. Orioles held in check there. They lead 4-0. now in Toronto. And now the Toronto cleanup hitter, Dalton Varsho.
Dalton Varsho.
Well, with an 0-0 count, not every strike is a good strike for a hitter. I like the plate discipline there.
That's out.
James Kingsley, our plate umpire, consistent as you mentioned, and maybe a little generous on the edges. The 1-1.
Nope.
Fastball in the inside corner for a strike.
Well, it looks like he's wanting to work the upper part of the strike zone. What does that mean? Top hand better be working for the hitters. Adjust that side a little bit. Give yourself a chance to hit.
Fans another, and that's 3 straight
Batting
strikeouts.
fifth, catcher Alejandro Kirk.
In steps the man they call Captain Kirk.
Ball. Down.
And the 1-0.
Looks like a really good fastball today. You can hear that catcher's mitt popping. Looking forward to hearing a lot of that one in this one.
So a foul ball makes it 1-2. In the air to left center. Cowser should have this one. And there's 2 away.
Batting sixth, left fielder
Jesus Sanchez will hit next.
Nope. That's a ball.
Swing and a miss as he was out front. The 1-1 is fouled off. And he hits a ground ball right side. It's through for a hit. So a 2-out knock keeps the inning alive.
Batting seventh, third
Kazuma
baseman,
Okamoto
Kazuma
next up for the Blue Jays.
Okamoto.
First
Ball,
pitch
that's high.
way inside a fastball.
Well, you've got to establish the inside part of the plate early, and that sends a message not just to this hitter, but to the rest of the lineup as well.
The 1-0. Late with the swing there.
Sold it really well with the arm speed. Swung underneath it, so a changeup that stayed a little bit more on plane than what he was anticipating.
The 1-2. Inside, almost got him. Up the middle. Oh, can't pick it up cleanly. Still finds a way to get off a throw. And no shot to get him at first. There's 2 aboard.
Well, that grounder up the middle made it a little more challenging than a routine ball right at him, but it's definitely a play you expect to make as a middle infielder, and I'm sure he wants that one back, but for now he's just got to get ready for the next one and make a play.
So up next for Toronto, Ernie Clement. High fly ball out towards left field. Way back there. And a foul ball. Two on, 2 outs. And that one wrapped foul. Here's the 0-2. Swings and misses, struck him out. Blue Jays leave a pair. They're down 4-0. On to the third inning. So now the Orioles cleanup hitter, Adley Rutschman. Close one, doesn't get the call. And that is ball one.
Looked pretty good as far as being in the strike zone, but I'm sure as a hitter, not too good with where it was located. Very top of the strike zone, little away.
And that one was indeed a strike. So they'll lose their first challenge. The 1-1. Swing and a miss. They get 4 strikeouts in a row, just cruising along.
No, that's almost just not fair with that pitch. I mean, until the very last second, looked like it was going to be well in off the plate, but the arm side run brought it right back to catch the inside corner. Tell you what, frustrating as a hitter, you give up on the pitch. I honestly don't know what you're supposed to do with that as a hitter other than just tip your cap as you walk back to the dugout.
And here is Dylan Beavers late on that fastball. That misses, and that's ball one.
Evidently not too impressed with that call, and it feels like he got squeezed on the outside corner, so he's making his case. You got to be careful to pick your spots in terms of showing your frustration with the umpire, and he felt this was his time.
Swings through that high fastball. Jackknifes out of the way.
That's ball 3.
Payoff pitch. Swing and a ground ball up the middle. Now the throw to first on the run. In time. Got him.
Just an outstanding play going up the middle right there. And the exchange to get the throw off to first just shows you why he's one of the best shortstops around. So smooth, yet so quick at the same time. And any slower, and those wheels burning down the first baseline are going to turn that into an infield hit.
Now here is Colton Cowser. And that one almost hit him.
Outside, that's a ball.
Two down, nobody on.
Ball 3.
The 3-1. And it's fouled away. Stays alive. Three and two. Payoff pitch. Laser could be trouble. Now he'll turn for second. And that's a double.
Up next for the Orioles.
Got a fastball, middle of the plate, jumped all over it. Absolutely smoked that ball.
So now the DH spot, Ryan Mountcastle. 1 for 1 with a single so far. That one close, ruled a ball. And that's ball 1. Man on second, 2 down. That one drilled left field. And that is that. 1 left for the Orioles, but they lead it 4-0. As we go to the last of the 3rd. And now for the Jays, Andres Jimenez. That one's upstairs, ball 1. Foul ball there. Clobbered to right field, way back, gone. A solo shot, and they're chipping away. It's 4-1.
Got to keep that front shoulder closed and your body square to the plate, especially when you're facing a left-hander. He did all those things until the very last moment where that hip just popped. Hands came through, nice little lag to it. Carried out nicely.
Here's George Springer. He's 0 for 1. 80. Nobody on, nobody out with a run in here in the last half of the 3rd. Ball 1 there.
That's out.
In the air, right field. Beavers on his way over. Pulls it down and he makes the catch. And that's the first out. Nice recovery after giving up the homer. Addison Barger digs in now.
Ball, that's outside.
This hitter loves attacking the first pitch, so not giving him something to hit is a good move. Come on, Addison.
Close,
that's a ball.
but called a ball. And that's ball 2. Got it started a little too early. Strike 1. That one fouled off. 2-2. And there's
ball
a ball.
3.
And that's ball 4.
Take your base.
Up next for the Blue Jays, first baseman, Vladimir.
Here's Vladimir Guerrero Jr. He struck out swinging at his first at-bat.
When he steps into the batter's box, the comfort level looks so high. It doesn't matter what kind of delivery that pitcher has, what kind of velocity, what kind of secondary stuff. He is so settled in there. He owns the home plate area.
This one smoked on its way out of here. Vladdy with a star scraper. Second home run of the inning for him. And they cut into the lead. He absolutely crushed that one.
No doubt about that one, Boog. We knew it wasn't coming back.
Let's break out the StatCast numbers. It's Singy. It tells us this home run was projected at more than 450 feet.
Yeah, and not many players can hit home runs as far as this one. That's a special feeling, and I'm sure he was giggling a little bit as he was jogging around the bases. That was one heck of a swing he put on the baseball.
That one fouled off. Oh, 1 down. On the ground. Slings to first in time.
Up next for the Blue Jays, catcher Alejandro Kirk.
Here's the catcher, Alejandro Kirk. Fly to center his first time. He's 0 for 1.
Nope, that's inside.
Swing and a miss as he was late that time. Fought off foul. And he grounds one to the right side. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. But 2 round trippers in this inning. The long ball was working. It's now a 4-3 ball game. It's an AL East matchup here on MLB The Show. On to the 4th, and into the box for Baltimore, Blaze Alexander. Laser could be extra bases. Around first and hustling for second. In safely. It's a double and his second hit.
Everything came together perfectly for him right there. Loud contact leads to the double. I mean, you could tell it had extra bases written all over it as it jumped off of his stick.
Stepping in, Kobe Mayo.
Too high. Ball.
Runner in scoring position, nobody out. Top half of inning number 4. Bounce to the right. Throws to first in time. That's the first out in the top of the 4th.
That's a good piece of hitting right there. It's early, but you still want to move the runner up and give your team a chance to score. That's exactly what happened, so you better believe your teammates are happy with you after that at bat.
Ward up for the third time here. Watches that one miss. Movement in the Blue Jays bullpen. Braden Fisher, the young right-hander, up and throwing. Nance warming up as well. The 1-0. Comes up empty. That's strike 2.
A lot of times you'll see a pitcher maybe double up on a pitch. This guy will throw it 3 times, 4 times in a row because hitters just can't lay off of it.
Struck him out looking.
Well, you got to be ready to swing the bat with a runner in scoring position and 2 strikes. Just put the ball in place somewhere and you got a chance. Very frustrating for him, I'm sure. See if the next guy can pick him up.
Pulls that one foul. Alexander at third with 2 away. On the ground, right side. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. And the Orioles leave 1, but they hold on to a 4-3 lead. Back here at Rogers Center. And now for the Jays, Jesus Sanchez.
Jesus Sanchez.
Comes up empty. Good job to fight that one off.
That's a ball.
Way inside.
Ball.
And a swing and a miss. Beat him with a fastball.
Up next for the Blue Jays, third baseman.
So up next for Toronto, Kazuma Okamoto.
Hey! Ball. That's ball two.
Now all even up. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout.
Up next for the Blue Jays, second baseman, Ernie Clement.
Ernie Clement next up for the Blue Jays. Went down on strikes his first time through. Clement in his fourth year, 29 years old, and he was drafted in the fourth round back in 2017. Two down, nobody on. We're here in the bottom of the fourth.
Ball one.
The 1-1 is fouled off. One and two here. Ground ball right side. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. Blue Jays go down in order. They still trail it here 4-3. Back now in Toronto and into the box for Baltimore, Pete Alonso.
You know, these Orioles, digging into their numbers, have to be happy with the swings they're taking. They have 5 extra base hits on the stat sheet so far, and that tells me they're seeing the ball out of the pitcher's hand really well.
Pitcher thought that was a strike. He's going to challenge. Just caught the zone by a whisker, and the call is overturned. So they get to hang on to their second challenge. Fastball almost got him there. Still 2-2 after the foul ball.
With all those extra base hits, it's easy to think we're going to see that trend continue the rest of the game. They seem to be really locked in at the plate.
2-2. Cuts on it and misses. That's a strikeout. Picks up strikeout number 7. And here's a look at how he's using his pitches in this one.
Well, he's known for that four-seamer, Boog, and we've seen plenty of it from him today. You don't throw one pitch this much without having plenty of confidence in it. But he hasn't had the smoothest sailing, so he may want to switch things up a bit.
Rutschman in the box again, takes a strike.
No, inside.
Towards first. He takes it on his own. And the first 2 set down in the top of the 5th.
Up next for the Orioles, right fielder Dylan Beavers.
Here comes the manager out of the Blue Jays dugout, and he will make a move to the pen. Kevin Gausman makes way, and he's not going to be happy with himself. New pitcher on the mound in a moment.
Now pitching.
Out of the bullpen for the Jays, Tommy Nance. He's into the game with the bases empty. Now it's the right fielder, Dylan Beavers. 1 for 2. He was late there, strike 1. Two down, nobody on. Down the middle for a strike. And it's 0-2. That one missing inside.
Definitely a swing and miss slider down and in. He finished that really well. Just couldn't get him to offer at it.
The 1-2. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Nothing doing this time around for the O's, and it remains a 4-3 game. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. And now for the Jays, Andres Jimenez. Double-barreled action in the bullpen. Tyler Wells preparing to come on if needed. Garcia getting cranked up as well. And delivers outside. That one's in there. That's strike 1. And a swing and a miss. Comes up empty as he chases that one in the dirt. On to first. Got him. One away on the strikeout.
Up next for the Blue Jays, designated hitter, George Springer.
And it'll be George Springer to step to the plate. That clips the corner. The Blue Jays down by a run. Last half of inning number 5. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Strikeout number 8. Zinging, you look at the sequence right there. 3 pitches, all hard stuff up in the zone. It's another example of the way pitchers like to attack hitters in the sport today.
Yeah, I mean, as long as you can execute those pitches and not leave them in the middle part of the zone, those are tough pitches to do much with. They're just tough to get on top of, and a lot of times they have that rising appearance we talk about so much.
Nope,
Pretty much
outside.
blew them away right there.
Barger in the box here lets that one go for a ball.
Ball 2.
Swing and a foul out of play.
Well, this is the type of hitter you want up in this situation. Some sluggers coming up behind him. He's so good at moving runners, but also getting on base. See if he can be patient here.
Pulled hard, but it's a foul ball. Two now. That
Ball.
one missed.
That's inside.
Vladimir Guerrero Jr. would be next if they can extend the inning.
And he's homered already, so I'm sure he'd love a chance to do some more damage here.
Out towards right center field. Brings it in, and that's the inning. Nothing doing for the Blue Jays. Score holds at 4-3. Back here in a close one, and a look now at some of the biggest plays from the game. Next to hit, Colton
Leading off for
Cowser.
the Orioles, center fielder Colton Cowser.
And a foul ball. Just
Ball,
off
that's
the
out.
outside edge. 1 ball, 1 strike. Toronto's bullpen with some action. Braden Fisher appears to be getting loose. Swings through that one for strike 2. In the air to left center. Sanchez under it. Takes it in for the out.
Up next for the Orioles, the designated hitter, Ryan Mountcastle.
Ryan Mountcastle, the next to hit for the Orioles. And that's
Off the plate,
outside.
ball 1.
The only adjustment he needs to make is his target. If you aim at the outside corner, that slider's going to end up way off the plate. Perhaps look a little more down the middle, and you get it right where you want it.
Yeah.
The 1-1. Breaking ball through there for a strike. That's down
Ball
and
2.
in. A slider missed. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball.
Here we go, Tommy.
That's
That's
a little
ball
bit
three.
low. Foul ball, and it remains a full count. Good battle here. About to be the 8th pitch of the at-bat. Foul ball left side. He'll see another. Payoff pitch, and he walked him. And after that long battle, he's aboard, representing the tying run.
Orioles, second baseman Blaze Alexander.
Blaze Alexander, the next to hit for the Orioles.
Hey! Ball.
Slider
Yep, that
misses
ball went out.
outside.
Last couple of pitches breaking balls away. I think he's going to have to come firm inside to be able to open up that location if he wants to go back there later in this count.
That one way outside. 3 balls and a strike.
First pitch strike from the pitcher, but then no panic at all by the hitter. Very patient, showing good discipline. Now he's in the driver's seat with the 3-1 count.
And the 3-1. Tap foul at the plate. And a payoff pitch. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout.
Up next for the Orioles, third baseman.
Here comes the skipper, and we're going to see a pitching change in this spot. Tommy Nance done for the day, and he leaves in a 1-run game. New pitcher coming up. We'll be back in a minute.
Now pitching. for
Righty
the Blue
reliever
Jays,
out of the pen, Braden
number
Fisher.
63, Braden Fisher.
And next for the Orioles, Kobe Mayo.
Ball, that's low.
Check swing, went around. Strike 1. Mountcastle off of first with 2 away. Swing and a miss. He was late. Strike 2. Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout. So the Jays pen does its job nicely there. Heart of the order, 3, 4, 5 coming up. It's the Orioles 4 and the Blue Jays 3.
Now pitching for
Back now
Baltimore,
for the bottom of the
number
6th,
68,
and there's a new pitcher on the mound, Tyler Wells.
Still a lot of game left, and this game could go either way. So this is a big opportunity for him to get some important outs and try to help carry this lead into the later innings.
Well, 1-run game leading off Vladimir Guerrero Jr. He's already homered in this game. Swing and a pop-up. Foul territory for the catcher. 1 up, 1 down.
Up next for the Blue Jays, Center fielder, Dalton Varsho.
And now it's Dalton Varsho. Oh, he doesn't get the call. Ball one. Activity in the bullpen for Baltimore. Andrew Kittredge up and throwing. Aiken, the lefty, warming up as well. On the ground, right side. Alonso takes it to the bag, 2 out.
Up next for the Blue Jays, catcher Alejandro Kirk.
And now the catcher comes up to him. Alejandro Kirk.
Come on, Alejandro.
Inside, ball one.
2 down, nobody on. Here in the bottom of the 6th.
Nope, outside.
That
Ball,
one
that's off the plate.
misses. And now 3-0. Jesus Sanchez in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. 2 down, nobody on. Right through there for a strike. Fouls one away, and now 3-2. And ball four there. Tying run is on base.
Up next for the Blue Jays, left fielder.
Now the Orioles manager is out of the dugout, and he'll make a move to the pen. Tyler Wells is done. We'll be back in a minute with a new arm on the mound.
Now pitching for
Kyle
Baltimore,
Bradish
number
on the
38,
pitch out of the pen
Kyle
here.
Bradish.
And we all know about his slider. It's just filthy, man. And one of the better ones in the game, I'd say. Spin rate's very high, and it just breaks a ton.
2 outs, runner at first. Jesus Sanchez next up for the Blue Jays. And here's a strike.
Well, in this situation, the hitter knows that he's got to find a pitch that he can drive in order to drive in that tying run all the way from first base. So if he can't do that, keep the line moving. Go walk or just a base hit. But you got to stay within yourself.
0-1.
Ball one.
And a big swing and a miss. That's to third. They take the force out, and that is that. Blue Jays held in check. Still down a run. It's 4-3. Top of inning number 7. Here's the Orioles leadoff hitter, Taylor Ward.
Ball, that's upstairs. Ball.
Fisher measures 6 feet 4 inches. He features a slider, a curve, a four-seamer, and occasionally uses a cutter. A little out front there as he swings through it. Next offering is fouled back. And now
That's
it's
ball
3-2. Some heat there at 98 miles an hour.
I love to see guys compete, and I know he's frustrated that he wasn't able to do anything with that pitch. You see it so well, but you have to respect the upper 90s velocity. Man, it is hard to catch up to.
So next to hit for Baltimore, Gunnar Henderson, 1 for 3. And the 1-0. Ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single.
Up next for the Orioles, first baseman Pete Alonso.
The kick and the pitch. Runner goes. That's in for a strike. Safe at second, and that was not close.
Couldn't have picked a better pitch to go on. It looked like he was going no matter what, but you steal bases so many times off the pitcher. You get that jump there, and if the catcher's great, he can make up the time, but if you've got good speed, he's not going to make it up.
Fisher checks the runner, and he's back in there. 1 out and a runner at second here in the top half of inning number 7. Close,
Nope.
but called a ball. Ball 1. And that one hit to first. Guerrero takes it himself. He's out.
Up next for the Orioles, catcher Adley Rutschman.
Adley Rutschman getting ready to hit. 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts and a ground out. Runner at third, 2 away.
So now it's all about protect mode. Try to shorten up, try to track the ball, block it if you have to, as far as just a late swing that maybe you're not sure about, but some way, somehow climb back into this at bat through the count.
In plenty of time to first, and the inning is over. It's the Orioles 4 and the Blue Jays 3. Set for the last half of the 7th, and now for the Jays, Kazuma Okamoto. Swing and a ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. And the tying run is on base.
Well, that was an important at bat in this game, so a great job there stepping up to the challenge. Timing on the swing was good, able to shoot the ball up the middle. Didn't square it up as much as he probably would have liked, but that's a good approach paying off.
Now it's the second baseman, Ernie Clement.
Ball, that's out.
The Jays with the tying run on at first. Here the bottom of the 7th. And another ball.
No, that pitch not even close. A 2-0 count now. He can't be over aggressive. He's got to make sure that pitch is right on a tee for him.
Ground ball right side. It squirts through. Throw back in quickly. First and second now with nobody out.
You know, I was watching his rounds during batting practice today. So impressed with his ability to let the ball travel, go back up the middle and the other way. Sometimes when you step in the box during the game, you get a little anxious and you get away from that. But so far, I've seen him stay consistent with his pregame preparation.
Here's Andres Jimenez.
Ball, that's out.
Just missed. Swings and misses. And the count is 1-1. The shortstop takes a ball.
Tough spot right here. A couple runners on. 2-ball count. You can't nibble, but you have to execute and finish your pitch. If you leave something out over the plate, it's going to bring in some runs.
In the dirt. A wild pitch, and the tying run is now 90 feet away.
Could be a costly one there. The tying run was already in scoring position, but now that go-ahead run is just a base hit away from scoring. Got to let it go and make some big pitches now.
Liner caught it second.
Up next for the Blue Jays, designated hitter, George Springer.
So the go-ahead run in scoring position. George Springer, the next to hit. Golden opportunity right here.
Tying run is only 90 feet away. You need to find a way to score here. No excuses with less than 2 outs. Don't be surprised to ball on the ground to the corners if they come home with the baseball instead of going to first base.
Check swing, appeal to first. No, he held up. Two on, 1 out. That one almost got him.
Inside ball
He's
3.
frustrated a little bit. He wants to be challenged.
That's a slider for a strike. 1 out. The possible tying and go-ahead runs on base. Swings through that.
As a hitter, you don't know what to expect here in the 3-2. If he'll throw a breaking ball 3-1, he'll do it again 3-2.
That ball is foul, and the pressure is building.
Look out. That ball is smoked. Man, I am so relieved that they have this netting down the lines. Just ensures safety for the fans. Last thing as a player, you want to look up and see a fan get hit.
Got him swinging. It's a strikeout. Huge strikeout there.
Well, this is where the team aspect really comes into play on the offensive side of the game, right? I mean, missed opportunity to tie it up with the runner at third, 1 out, couldn't put the ball in play. So now it's time to pick him up, and that's where good teams, they go to. They operate on this level of next man up. That mentality is what causes them to win series, get into the postseason, and that helps keep the energy and morale high in the dugout.
There comes the skipper out of the dugout, and he's ready to make the move. Kyle Bradish out of the game, and the line not closed on him yet as he's responsible for the runners on base. Back with a new pitcher after this. So a new arm out of the bullpen for the Orioles, Keegan Aiken.
All they need from him right here is 1 out, but that's easier said than done for sure. Lots of pressure with 2 runners in scoring position. He does have the 1 open base to work with if needed.
Addison Barger, and a dangerous hitter coming to the plate. That clips the corner. Barger wants another look at the called strike. It's a challenge. And the strike is overturned after review. They'll keep their remaining challenge. Two on, 2 outs. And another ball. Right through there for a strike. Strike 2, and there's a real chance they get out of this without allowing a run. Good eye in that spot.
That's a really good take.
payoff pitch. And they're all loaded up.
For the Blue Jays, first baseman, Vladimir Guerrero.
And a big spot here for Vladimir Guerrero Jr. He's already homered here in this one.
This is a big spot for a big-time player.
And fouled off. Big spot. 2 out. Both the tying and go-ahead runs are aboard. Pulled out on strikes. Inning over. That's a crucial missed opportunity.
Sometimes he wears the emotion on the sleeve, but that's okay as long as he's getting results. And right there, thrilled with the punch out to get out of a jam.
Now pitching. for the
Welcome
Blue
back, and a
Jays,
new arm on the mound to start the 8th. Jimmy
93,
Garcia.
Jimmy Garcia.
Dylan
Leads off
Beavers
for
now at the
Baltimore,
plate.
Right fielder Dylan Beavers.
Swing and a miss. Strike one.
I guess you throw it that hard, you can get away with locations like that right down the middle. But I still think it's a dangerous pitch. Don't want to do it again.
Nice grab. Throw to first, and very nicely done for the out.
Up next for the Orioles, center fielder Colton Cowser.
Now, Colton Cowser. And that drops in for a strike. Movement in the Blue Jays bullpen. Mason Fluhart, the left-handed reliever, appears to be getting loose. Rogers getting loose as well. The 0-1. Line drive to short and caught.
Man, that could have been a big swing in this game. Just unlucky at a really unfortunate time right there.
2 down, base is empty. Next is the designated hitter, Ryan Mountcastle.
That's out. Hey! Nope, inside, ball 2.
Got the bat going too soon. It's strike 2. Swings and lines a base hit into left field, and that extends the inning.
Up next for the Orioles, second baseman Blaze.
So next to him for Baltimore, Blaze Alexander. A bit behind with that swing. It's strike 1. Hit on the ground to short. Jimenez. They get the force. Third out. It's the Orioles 4 and the Blue Jays 3. Bottom of the 8th. Now the Toronto 4-hole hitter, Dalton Varsho.
Dalton Varsho.
Inside, ball one.
Looking to get the tying run on base. And
Nope, that's
another
off the plate. Ball
Pretty
two.
easy to give up on that pitch right there. Started on the edge of the plate with the spin. You know it's going to finish well off the plate.
Now
Ball
3-0. Right through there for a strike. That one
Ball
misses.
four. Take your
So
bait.
lead off walk.
Up next for the Blue Jays, catcher Alejandro.
Here comes the manager out of the dugout, and he'll make a move for the bullpen. Keegan Aiken departs, and as he heads for the dugout, we'll take a quick break. New arm on the mound when we get back.
Now pitching for
Andrew
Baltimore,
Kittredge
number
on the
39.
pitch here.
Andrew Kittredge.
No outs, runner at first. And here's the catcher, Alejandro Kirk. This one chopped on the ground, but foul. Yo, one. And a swing and a miss. There's that slider.
Two really good back-to-back sliders. Now in an 0-2 count. He's feeling real confident about finishing this hitter off. He can go anywhere he wants.
The 0-2. Gets a piece and stays alive. The Orioles trying to hold a one-run lead near the bottom half of the 8th inning. And that one almost got him. That's 2-0.
Ball, that's
Ball
down.
2. Fights it off. He'll see another. Swings and misses. Struck him out.
Nice. Doubled up with the slider for that punch out. The one before just caught the zone. So as a hitter, you have to protect right there. Great pitch to just expand a little bit more. He got that chase he was looking for. That right there is good pitching.
One out man at first. And now it's going to be Jesus Sanchez. In there at the knees. Now the 0-1. And he chases that one below the zone. Outside low. Ball 1.
Way to lay off that pitch down.
And a foul ball. He stays alive. That's off the inside corner. Ball 2. That's down and in. Kazuma Okamoto in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. Payoff pitch. And there's ball 4.
Ball 4.
And the go-ahead run is on base.
For the Blue Jays, third baseman, Kazuma Okamoto.
Substitution now at first base. And on to run for the Blue Jays, Miles Straw. Looking for some added speed out there in the late innings. So up next for Toronto, Kazuma Okamoto. He's 1 for 3, picked up his first major league hit earlier.
Well, there's no time for him to be reflective right now, but you know he will be later on. The pressure's off a little bit with that first knock out of the way, though.
Base hit! Coming home. Fires to the plate, but it's offline. He will score. It's 4-4.
Such great concentration. Everybody on their feet, knowing that you can come through with a good swing. And there he doesn't try to do too much.
Here's the second baseman, Ernie Clement.
What do you
Kick
got?
swing. Now we'll look down to first. No swing. Just held it back there. Tied at 4.
The last thing he wants is to hit the ball on the ground, but I wouldn't expect many pitches up in the zone. They'll be pitching for a double play in this spot.
Ball to strike. There's a strike at the knees.
He's been able to go inside as well as outside, effectively working both sides of the plate in this at bat.
That misses the zone. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Swing and a high fly ball, well struck. And that one is foul, so we'll try it again. Two on, 1 out. And now it's filled up. Andres Jimenez in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. Base hit into center field. Aim to score from third. It's an RBI single. They lead it in the 8th.
Big swing of the bat right there to give him the lead. That was clutch. That's about as textbook as it gets. Got his stride and load out of the way early. He stayed inside that ball and squared it up out front. Man, that was like he was in the cage hitting off a tee.
Manager out of the dugout, and he's going to make a change. Andrew Kittredge done for the afternoon. And as he heads off, we'll step aside for a minute. Back with the new pitcher after this break.
Now pitching for
Coming on for the Orioles, Rico Garcia.
And this could be a pretty critical point in this game. They're hoping he's the guy to keep him within striking distance.
Now it's the shortstop, Andres Jimenez.
Ball 1.
The 1-0.
Ball, that's in. Nope,
Just
that's the ball.
missed. And that'll
No,
load the
ball
bases.
For the Blue Jays, designated hitter,
Back to the top of the order now. George Springer next up for the Blue Jays.
Look, this has been a good one. A really good game to this point, and huge opportunity with the bases loaded. In the infield at the corners, don't be surprised to see them come home first and prevent that run from scoring. There was a high velocity fastball in the zone. I think a little frustration from walking the previous hitter. He's got good stuff. Pitch inside the zone and trust it.
So the call will stand. No challenges left for them now. And the 0-1. Fouled off left side. Swing and a miss. Struck him out.
Third time he struck out in this one, and definitely an individual performance you want to flush. He just hasn't looked very comfortable up there. Just one of those days. But when you're still winning the ball game, at least you can focus on doing your part to maintain that lead and getting that W.
All loaded up. Addison Barger will hit next.
Ball, that's out.
Rips that one to right. That is the inning. A couple of runs in the inning puts them ahead. Through 8 full, the Blue Jays on top, 5-4. Last chance coming up for the Orioles. It's an AL East matchup here on MLB The Show. We're back, and on the mound is the closer, Jeff Hoffman.
Save opportunity for him right here, and he's their guy. Time to lock this one down and get out of here with a W.
Mayo leading things off and takes a strike. Tap foul at the plate. 0-2 now. Swing and a miss. That's a strikeout. And a strikeout for the first out here in the ninth.
Well, I definitely say that's a statement strikeout right there. You come out of the bullpen, go right after the hitters, and 3 pitches later, you got 1 out. Tell you what, if you're in the dugout, you're looking at each other and saying, he's going to be tough to get to today.
Here's the Orioles leadoff hitter, Taylor Ward. Corner infielders guarding the lines, trying to prevent extra bases. Swings and misses. 0-1. Next pitch is
Outside, that's the ball.
outside. Sliced hard but foul. Fouls it off, still 1-2. The Blue Jays trying to close out a 1-run lead here at the top of the ninth. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. And the Orioles down to their final out.
Well, it's kind of tough right here. Closer comes in and he strikes out the first 2 hitters. It's hard not to feel defeated and that this is going to go quickly. But you got to go up there, maybe try to find a way to choke up on the bat, spread out, put the ball in play, and maybe you can extend this inning.
So they're down to their final out. Gunnar Henderson, the next to hit for the Orioles. Fastball in for a strike, and it's 0-1. Two down, nobody on.
Nope. Ball 1.
Hoffman, a former All-Star. He features a 4-seam fastball, a slider, a splitter, and he works in a sinker. They're down to their final strike.
Clearly, he was sitting on a fastball right there and just ended up out in front of the slider. Hey, you can't fault him for his commitment. Now he's just going to have to battle with 2 strikes.
Here's a 1-2. And that
that's
just
just out.
misses.
That turns out to be a really good take right there, but you don't want to end this game with the bat on your shoulder.
Spoils that one, and it remains 2-2. stays alive. Two now. Just off
that's
the
inside.
inside edge.
Big pitch coming right here. Last thing he wants to do is put the tying run on base, but he can't groove one either.
Foul ball, and it remains a full count. Got it. That's the ball game.
All these players were able to take the lead in the bottom of the 8th and just cruise to this win, getting those final 3 outs in the top of the 9th. Excellent job of securing your home field and keeping the fans in the ball game all the way to the end. Nice W all the way around.
Close one here today, and your final 5-4.